You know, to fire your GM this time of year is weird. It's just weird to me, okay? I don't know what's going on with the New York Jets, but leave our guys the hell alone.
Hail the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly.
Scary Cooper, asshole.
Oh, Diva! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans.
Dallas still stinks.
Yo, everybody, doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday, a great day. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. My allergies still bother me, ripping and running, a lot of traveling, a lot of things going on right now. But the reason I'm here, the reason I wanted to do this video is because I want to talk about some breaking news that is happening around the NFL and how it pertains to the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? The Jets, we all know the New York Jets, right? They always stink. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They have fired their GM. Now, why would you fire your GM post-draft, post-free agency? I think it's weird. And you got to wonder what's going on in that front office, okay? Now, this offseason, the Jets went ahead. They hired Adam Gase as their head coach. He is now also their interim GM, okay? And they are looking for a new GM, and all fingers and all roads and all speculation, all rumors out there are pointing that they're interested in one guy. That's Joe Douglas, okay? They are looking at Joe Douglas. And I got to tell you, this is a concern of mine. I do worry about this because I think we've had a flawless offseason. I think the Eagles have constructed a team that can compete for a Super Bowl, at least on paper. Of course, we got to stay healthy, all those kind of things. We know it. But Joe Douglas has gone out and done his job. Joe Douglas is the vice president of player personnel for the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? Him, along with Howie Roseman, get a lot of credit for constructing that Super Bowl team in 2017, okay? Matter of fact, since Joe Douglas has been with the Eagles, they are 33-19 and have a Super Bowl ring. Now, to me, what has been so special about Joe Douglas has been his ability to work with Howie Roseman. If you remember, Howie Roseman, before the Chip Kelly, his first stint as GM, a lot of people said that Howie Roseman was hard to work with, that football guys didn't like working with him because he would act like he knew more about judging talent than them. And what Jeffrey Lurie did was he put Howie Roseman back in charge, but he really let Howie focus on contracts, making trades, those kind of things, the things that he's really good at. And what he did is they allowed Joe Douglas to really be in charge of judging the talent, scouting, finding the guys that we should draft and those kind of things. And Howie has done a great job working with Joe Douglas, and this has been a great marriage, these two guys. I mean, they've done a great job in constructing this team, and I think they did it. I think this year is even got a chance to be even more special than 2017. I really like what they did. But, when you win, you're going to attract the eyes of other teams. And everybody is looking at Joe Douglas from around the league a lot. He's a hot name out there. He's been for a while. And, he could go to a place like the Jets. He knows Adam Gase because of the relationship that they had in, I believe, Chicago. So it would be a good fit for the Jets to get him. But, for the Eagles, we risk losing a guy who works really good with Howie Roseman. And not only that, but how many other scouts would he hire, take away from the Eagles? How much of the front office, the scouting department, would we lose if Joe Douglas was hired by the Jets? Because, of course, he's going to take guys that he works well with. He's going to promote some guys that are in the Eagles organization. So I'm a little bit like, this rubs me the wrong way. I don't want Joe Douglas going anywhere. Matter of fact, if I'm Jeffrey Lurie, I have to try to give him a pay raise or try to find some way to sweeten the deal to keep Joe Douglas with the Eagles. Because if he goes and you hire somebody else to be, in charge of the scouting and player personnel and judging talent, you don't know that they're necessarily going to work good with Howie Roseman. And I'm not saying Howie's a problem or anything like that. Howie has come a long way. He has changed a lot of his ways. But when you have something that's working, you want to keep it as long as possible. But Joe Douglas, look, he's probably going to go within the next year or two anyways. I mean, he's going to go and get a promotion. Anywhere he goes, he's basically going to get a promotion. He'll never have the control he could have somewhere else with the Eagles with Howie Roseman there. So the Eagles, it's a tough situation for the Eagles. Now, what bothers me specifically about this situation is timing. The Jets fire this guy post-draft, post-free agency, and now, there's a chance that they may hire Joe Douglas at this time of year. I mean, they've done a great job, Howie and Joe, building this roster. I think Joe should at least stay for the year and finish this thing and see where it goes. I don't want to lose him now. And then on top of that is who are the Eagles going to hire at this point, this time of the year? It's kind of crazy. So I don't feel comfortable with these reports at all. I don't like it. It's not the end of the world, end all be all. Howie Roseman does a bang up job, man. He does. He does a great job. But when you combine what Howie does well, which is contracts, which is trades, which is those kind of things, and then Joe Douglas with judging and evaluating talent, it's a perfect situation that I think the Eagles should try to avoid happening at all costs. Now, my hopes are that because the Jets, fired their GM this time of year, because maybe there's some chaos within the front office, and because Joe Douglas, look, he's got a lot of people interested in him. Maybe he would be like, I don't want to take this job. I can find something better down the road, and he stays with us. I don't want to lose Joe Douglas is what I'm saying. I think he's been a key part of what we have now, and just the relationship with him and Howie Roseman is too good to just get rid of. So I think if I'm Jeffrey Lurie, I would go to Joe Douglas and I would offer him significant money to stay with the Eagles at least another 2 years, maybe get him to do something like that, or at least through next year and through the next season, because this time of year makes me uncomfortable with losing him right now. And like I said, you don't know how many guys from the scouting department he's going to pull away and hire himself as the GM of the Jets. So keep your eye on this. This could be something that could come up that I wouldn't like. This would be, in my opinion, this would be the worst thing to happen to the Eagles all free agents, because I think, like I said, free agency this year, the free agency and draft has been flawless in my opinion, and I don't want anything to mess that up. So keep your eyes out on it. I just wanted to come and talk about this and get this off my chest because I don't want to lose Joe Douglas. That's the basic point of this. So with that said, take care. Talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.